Welcome back to Shoot Retro. Today we are rapid firing through every camera I own. I started shooting film in September 2021. Got a little bit of a problem going. I cannot stop buying cameras. Some of them work, some of them don't. I'm going to start with the ones that do not work, the ones that are being repaired, the ones I know work, and then the ones I use every day. There's like 4 different categories there, so we're going to get started. My most recent purchase, $5. It's a little Brownie. It's a Brownie Flash 620. Everything on it works, right? I mean, you hear the shutter. So like it obviously works. I just don't have the right film for it. Waiting on that, but it takes 620 film, so I can definitely get some. Next one, this is the Keystone Super 8 camera. It also works. I just don't have the kind of money to shoot Super 8 right now, so it sits here collecting dust. It does work though. I tested it out. I'm excited. I mean, I wish you could see through this viewfinder right now. It's essentially a giant hallway. Yeah. Nothing to show for that one yet. Next up, what doesn't work over here? It's a Canon ML. So I bought this camera thinking, I'll just throw some batteries in it. Why not? Maybe it'll fire up. Absolutely not going to happen. Another very similar camera to this that also doesn't work is this Olympus Quick Shooter. I thought both of these cameras were going to work when I bought them because visually they look fantastic. This one turns on, it has a green light on it. When you depress the shutter button, something happens. It doesn't actually take a photo or advance the film. Not sure what's wrong with that. This one just straight up does not turn on. We're almost through the ones that don't work here. This is a Canon A28. I had 2 of these. I bought them both at the same time. This is the broken one. I had one that works perfectly. It was mint condition. I sold it on eBay. I was able to flip it for like $110 profit. And I needed that money. So it honestly just went to buy more cameras. Yeah, but these cameras are great. And if I really wanted to use this, all I would have to do is tape the back door shut on this. Unfortunately, it doesn't stay closed. This is the Yashica Easymatic Electronic. I bought it simply for aesthetics. Looks really cool. So it literally sits on my shelf. Everything's corroded inside. The viewfinder is honestly one of my favorite viewfinders on any of my cameras. It's just really clear. I wish it worked so I could shoot on it. And I've tried finding photos online that people have shot on those cameras. Can't really find them anywhere. Yeah, we're starting to get into the area of cameras that actually work. Well, these are the cameras that are being repaired and or I am working on. I am by no means a technician to repair these things. This is a Polaroid SX70 I bought for $30 on eBay. As you can see, it's not in the greatest shape. I'm working on getting this bottom cover off because there's a piece in the back of the camera here on the motor that's broken off. You could kind of hear it. Basically what happens is I pop the film in, the motor just runs infinitely. And that's enough of that. So yeah, that camera doesn't work. And I know what's wrong with it. I just don't have the right screwdriver to open up the bottom. It's like a size 3 or 4 Allen head. And that was bound to happen. This, one of my most recent purchases, is the Polaroid Land Camera 101 automatic. I believe it works. The shutter operates. The only thing I lack is film. So I think what I'm going to be doing soon is purchasing some online. I found the one company in the world that still makes pack film for these cameras. They're out of Vienna. It's going to cost a lot of money. I'm going to get some film. It comes in a 3-pack. It's like 50 euros, not including shipping. So I have that to look forward to. But I think that's going to make a really fun video because these cameras are freaking fascinating. It's just so hard to get your hands on film for them. So for now, we're going to pack it up and throw it to the side. Moving on to the cameras that work. This is a Vivitar DL50, and tell me, is this not the coolest way that you select your focal length? You literally twist the 2 lenses into place. When I purchased this camera, I didn't even realize what that was. I was in the car, like sitting in the parking lot after I purchased it. I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute, this is really weird. Goes to show how much of an attentive shopper I am. I think this camera is going to be great. I'm taking it on a vacation to the Bahamas in just a few days. I'll take that with me with some Ektachrome. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. So I have 2 Holga S's. So these are the original Holgas. There was the Holga N that followed the S, and I have 2 of them. I bought both of them in an eBay lot for $40. So I got them both for like a steal. Alone is about $50, so I had got 2 of them. The second one's really messed up. It's missing the metal bracket on one side, so the back door doesn't like to stay shut on it. I kind of have it as a display piece right now, but if I wanted to fix it, I could. I've shot a few shots on the one that works, and Well, I mean, it's the Holga, so the shots come out how they come out. It's completely random with no rhyme or reason. Although I will say I've seen some really awesome work that people have shot on Holgas before. I think it's Anna.s snapshots on Instagram. Freaking phenomenal photographer. And the Holga is bare bones creativity. It's really impressive what some people can do with it. Right here is a Fuji DL30. For a long time, this was my go-to point and shoot camera. Next to no electronics in here. I mean, only for the flash. This thing is so fun, lightweight, and easy to carry around. I used to throw this thing in my backpack just to have on me at all times. I don't carry it around anymore simply because I got more cameras. I try to cycle them in and out. Moving on to some SLRs, I got the Pentax ME. Beautiful sounding shutter. I love the shutter on this camera. Mine's a little finicky, right? Actual lens itself is a little wonky. Shoots perfectly fine. And the first roll came out beautiful. The second roll snapped off inside the camera. I'm not sure if that was a fault of my own through rewinding it, or maybe it's something to do with the camera. I'm a little scared to put more film in that. I did really enjoy shooting on it. It sounds incredible. This is my Minolta X700. So I've had two of these. The first one did not work and had an issue with one of the capacitors inside, and I replaced it and it did not fix the issue. So I kind of gave up on it, sold it on eBay for like 15 bucks. So I broke even on it. I moved on and I got one that actually worked. You know, these Minoltas are a dime a dozen. They're kind of everywhere, but they're worth anywhere between $80 to $100 in decent shape. Mine's in probably just beneath decent shape. It's definitely been thrown around a lot. I just have it as a backup. I give this camera to my friends if we ever go out shooting together. Somebody needs an extra camera for $35. That's really easy and you don't really have to think about when you're shooting. Two Polaroids coming up here. This one I actually bought in a lot with my SX70 and it works and it takes really good photos. Really enjoyed shooting on this. This was a lot of fun. I somehow was able to do a self-portrait with that thing because it has a timer. No shoe mount for the tripod. I had to duct tape it to a tripod. This was the first Polaroid I bought. This is a Polaroid Impulse. I paid about $10 for it. They're worth about 15 or 20. That's something I want to mention about all the cameras I got here, is I get really good deals on them because I just take my time and I'm really in no rush to get any cameras. They kind of just get them as they come to me. But anyways, this camera I brought on a ski trip up to, I think it was Vermont. First time I ever went skiing. I did great. Didn't die, which was a possibility. This Polaroid Impulse takes really fun photos. I've put about probably 50 photos through it. Really fun at parties. You just show up with this thing. It commands a lot of attention. Even though I'm not really somebody who enjoys a lot of attention, it is kind of fun just showing up and having that on you. Down here at my left side is the first film camera I ever bought. It is a Canon AE1. This camera has done me so well. A lot of people start off shooting on like a SLR type camera, like the AE1 or a Minolta X700. I got insanely lucky with this AE1. I was at a flea market. I offered the guy $40. He took it, and this thing is in absolutely mint condition. There's nothing wrong with it, and this thing has done me so well. This thing showed me everything I needed to learn about getting into film photography. I will never get rid of this camera, along with one of the next ones I'm going to show you. It is just a workhorse. I trust it as if it was built yesterday. The person who I bought it from was the only owner. They bought it new back in the day when they could do that. I mean, it was kind of like a hobby camera for him. Very low shutter count on it. Based off that information, I don't actually know that, but I've taken some awesome photos on that camera. Some of my best work has been shot on that camera, not just for film, but just for photos in general. Some of my best work has come off of that camera, and I'm so thankful, one, for that person who sold it to me at a ridiculously good price, but also just I'm so thankful for the experiences it's given me. This guy right here, believe it or not, I've had this camera since probably October and I still can't get the name right. I think it's the Pentax IQZ. It's the Pentax IQZ Zoom EZY. What a freaking name for a camera, but wow, it takes fantastic photos. It's just absolutely wonderful. It has some downsides. It is loud as hell. You cannot be covert with this camera whatsoever. Oh, there's film in there. Oh, wow. I almost just shot a shot just so you could hear how loud this camera is, but we're not going to do that. Yeah. Oh, God. Ridiculously loud. I would have taken this camera on this upcoming vacation had it not been so loud. I just don't want to be obnoxious. I want something small and mechanical, kind of like this Vivitar that I could pull out, shoot, and have really just no worries at all about people looking over at me, or just like I said before, I don't like commanding attention to myself, especially when I'm doing photography. Like, that's just a fear I'm trying to get over, is like going out and shooting by myself and having people look at me. And this next camera definitely does not help with that for many reasons, but it's also my current favorite camera. So here it is. This is my Pentax 6x7. It is my workhorse. It is my freaking baby. Her name is Penny. Very creative, I know. I'm just gonna set it down here. So Penny comes from Japan. She, wow, it's so weird because I don't like, this is something like I don't like vocalize, but like in my head I refer to it as Penny. So calling it her and saying Penny out loud is a little strange, but why not? That's her name. So this is Penny. She comes from Japan. I bought her online. On eBay to be specific. I bought camera body, metered prism in a 5-pack of Fujicolor 400, which is an expired 120 format film from 2002. Cost me $400 plus $80 in shipping and duties, which was an investment, no doubt. By far the most expensive camera I own, just overall value-wise and investment-wise. I paired it with the Takamar 105, just an unbeatable combo. These two elements, so the camera and that lens, like bread and butter, brilliant. I have taken some of my best work on this camera so far, and it's going to continue doing that for me because it is so freaking good. It's just like looking through a piece of history, this lens. Some things I foresee myself buying for this camera. Lens hood. Absolutely got to get a lens hood for it. The amount of situations I've been in where it's, again, usually golden hour, sunset time. I'm trying to take a picture of something, and I have this lens flare that's completely cutting through my frame. It's made it so difficult to actually acquire focus. Constantly find myself putting my hand out like this just over the lens to block out the sun. This camera is freaking heavy, so that's not easy to do. So it's like more like blocking the sun, changing the focus, blocking the sun to see if I got it right, changing the focus. It could be a struggle right now without that lens hood, just for like the environment I like to shoot in. I did purchase this strap too. It's from Optech USA. Very good strap. I bought it on Amazon for about $27. Overall, it's very simplistic in design. One thing I literally just noticed now is it's got these little clips, so you can actually swap out this back pad here for something else. So if you have like a leather strap or something, or anything that you want to pair this up with, you can do that. I just realized that now. That's a really neat feature. But yeah, the lens hood I need. Obviously the wooden grip. That'll come at a time when I can rationalize buying a $200 piece of wood. I think in the meantime is I'm going to swap the strap over to this side, so both of them attach to these attachment points, and I'm going to buy a right hand grip or like 3D print one. They're like 20 bucks online. So that was rapid firing, going through all the cameras I own. That was a lot of talking in a very short period of time. Comment some of the cameras that you guys own. Comment about some of the cameras I own. I want to hear about what you guys are shooting on, what you guys find interesting. Thanks for sticking around in this episode of Shoot Retro. I'm Hunter. Please follow us on Instagram at Shoot Retro. Very easy to find. And then shootretro.com is the home of all this. So there's going to be videos, photo galleries, blogs, newsletters on topics about film. So make sure not to miss out on those. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I have nothing to sell at the moment. I have ideas for what I want to actually come out with as like unique products that will best serve the camera community, but that stuff is like way down the line. Right now, I'm just trying to build a community who likes to shoot on film, where we could talk about each other's work and just make each other better. I've noticed for some reason my knee has joined the party here. I really can't explain why I did that. We're chilling. So hope to see you guys next time, and yeah, I'll see you then.